Hello everybody, it's AK-Man1984 and I'm back finally with another tutorial for you all. Now, I know it's been a little while that I have not done any videos, but to be honest, I've been a little bit busy here and there and, been doing some things with some friends, but I'm gonna try to come back soon and upload more videos. But everyone was requesting me to do a tutorial on touchscreen monitors, which I haven't covered yet, and I'll do that now, and I'll show you how that works, and I'll show you some cool codes that I've prepared for you also that you can download and play around with. Now, I have set up here is a box with a monitor, and it's not the biggest monitor, but this thing could be, I think, one block bigger on this side, on the horizontal side and the vertical side. And on the top here you saw that there's lights. These are lamps, and these are the new lamps that are in the Tech-It Lite, the cage lamps, which I love. They're pretty awesome. And they are connected to the advanced computer in the back here with wiring like this, with a bundle cable. And just remember how it's set up here if you want to do the same setup as me. And don't forget that this computer, or advanced computer, is on the top, is connected by the monitor by the top. So these two are connected on the top of this computer. So don't forget that. If you need to change it in whichever side this monitor is connected to the computer, then you have to change the code, and I'll tell you where to change it. But if you want these lights to work like it's going to work in a couple of seconds now, I'm going to show you. You have to have it set up exactly like this, with the red wiring in the back like that. And you have to have it separated by panels so that they don't touch each other. And the wiring like this with the bundled cable on the bottom. Or else it's not going to work. But you can have it set up in a different way if you want to. But just don't forget that the wiring has to be like this, or close to like this, so that it works properly. Alright, so I'm going to show you some cool programs that I've started after I show you something that is already in ComputerCraft. It's a program called Paint. And Paint it's basically paint. You could paint whatever you want onto the computer. So you write Paint, and then you write the paint file name that you want. So I'm going to put AK-Man1984. And then you get this white screen with colors on the side, and here it says press Control to access menu. When you press Control, it says save or exit. I just pressed Control again, so I just went back to the menu. And here you have your colors, and here you have whatever you've selected already. So black will be your left click. So now I'm left clicking everywhere, and I was just dragging like that so I can make like a pretty color. And then right click will do the white, which is selected here. So now I'm doing white. I'm right clicking on the screen, and I'm just basically deleting everything. So if I click on one of these colors with any of my two buttons, so if I left click on this, now I left click again on the any spot I want, it will be orange. And if I do right click, it will be white because I still have white selected. So let's right click, right click on another color. Now you see I have two colors selected. So now if I do right click, I have I think that's magenta, and if I do left click, I'll have orange, which is still selected. So I'll do blue, and so on and so forth. So that's Paint for you. Now this ComputerCraft version I have here is kind of outdated, and I'm going to show you how to, you can save this out and then re-edit it later if you want to. But I'm going to show you how to put that Paint program onto a monitor. But before you do anything, you have to create a program, and you can create your program in any name you want. I named it what did I name it? Oh yeah. So I named it PTM, Paint 2 Monitor. So I'm going to show you that program, and it's a very simple small program. It just says shell.run, and then you have your quotations, and then you have your comma and quotation test. And what this will do basically will name the program test, and then it will just save it as test. The reason why you do that because in this version is because there's some bug and they haven't fixed it. But in the updated version, you just need to do monitor and then monitor, and then you do paint, and then you put the name of the paint file you want it to, so whatever, AKman or whatever you want. But in this version, the version I have, it doesn't work. So what you do is ptm, oops, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot something. Sorry, forgot to say, so you just have to add the side that your monitor is on, so mine will be on the top. And then you write ptm. Alright, so now you have the paint program on the top of your monitor. But this version, I mean, this is not the best thing to do if you don't want it. I mean, if you want it to do, you can still paint. But the only thing is, monitors can only receive right clicks. If you left click on a monitor, you'll knock out a block, and then your monitor will get all screwed up. So let's just get a monitor back. Bam. Alright. And let's just restart it because I think it's screwed up. So monitor top ptm. Alright, so yeah, you can only right click on a monitor and color in whatever you want, or anything you do on the monitor, it's only right clicking, and whatever you select colors, it will show as the left click, but in reality you're just pressing right click. That's kind of confusing, I know, but I mean, that's the only thing you could do. And monitors only can show squares like this. You can't have circles, obviously, because you're in Minecraft. You can't have any smaller squares. They look like more rectangular shape. Yeah, they're rectangular. But you can't do smaller than this. You can do bigger than this if you want to, like this if you want. Or you could do it like this. And then, but the smallest you can for now to do is that. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so let's reset this computer again. And let me show you the programs I have set up. So let's run the C program. And the C program, what the C program does is basically it shows you, I'm probably going to edit this program, but because this is showing you the size of the monitor, which is 71 by 40, so it's 71 width, so it's this way, by 41 height. So when you, and also this program also shows you that if you click on a monitor, it will show you that the top monitor was touched at width 42 and height 31. So I could keep doing this as many times as I want, and it will show you all the times it was touched. Okay, and then if we just go into, if you terminate this one and you rewrite the D program, now this is a different program, and you see the width and the height have changed. Now this is showing you the width and the height of this computer here, right here. So it's showing you this, and if I click left click on anywhere, it will show, it will say button 1 terminal touched at width 22, height 7. Now what does that mean? It means that button 1, which is right click, was touched at that location. If I do right click, it will say button 2, and if I also, you can also do middle button, and it will show you that button 3 was clicked at this location. So you could do this as many times as you want, and it's pretty cool to find out your height and width of where you're touching the monitor or computer. So that's the two programs, and also I have one more program to show you. Actually, sorry, two more programs. So the first program will be the B program, and what I just did there is I just clicked once so I can see the text, and here it says left click on color to choose the text color, and right click on the color to choose the background color. Now this is showing how the right click and left click work. So if I left click on this, the orange, the text color will change. And so there's magenta, light blue, yellow, green, pink, black. No, sorry, that's not black. That's gray and light gray. So, and you could do it like this. You can like scroll and make it like a disco thing. And you can change the colors however you want. Now, if I right click on any of these, the background will change, and you see the text has gone because the text is the same color as the background. So if I just do that, it will just show the color in a different, the text in a different color. So I could do this to any of these colors, and I can also have a disco kind of thing going to change the colors of whatever I want. So I could go like this if I want to, and I'm going to show you the code. It's a little bit long. Also, I'm going to have it for you to download and to play around with. And also the A program, which is a little bit different. I know it looks the same. I might change this around a little bit so that it makes more sense. But what this does is basically you can control this monitor's background color or text color, but you have to change a little bit of the code. Right now it just does the background color to whatever you click on. So if I click on white, it changes to white. And if I click on orange, it changes to orange, and so on and so forth. And also you could do like a little disco thing too. You could see on the background going there. Whee! Also, this program has another function when you change the colors of the background, is that when you select the color, and if you look up at the lights, you see that the white light is on. And also if I do orange, the orange light comes on, and so on and so forth. So I just skipped the color there, but I'll show you anyways. And so all the colors work, and they show what color the monitor's on. So and if you look in the back, the wire is like on according to the color. So let's go into Notepad++ and let me show you this code, all these codes, and so you guys can learn more. Okay, so now I'm in Notepad++, and I'm going to show you the code. So this is the C program, which shows you which gets you the monitor's size, and so the monitor size and the monitor where it's been touched. Now this is quite a simple code. That you always don't forget that you always have to peripheral wrap the top of where your monitor is. So if your monitor is on a different side of the computer, you have to change this. Do not forget. After you do that, you have to set up the width and the height, and then you do m.getSize. M because I put M as the wrap of the peripheral. You can change this to anything you want, but just don't forget what you put to whatever you put the variable to. So once you get the size, you print monitor size. Now see, I changed this a little bit so it makes more sense. So you print out monitor size width equals, and then you do this fancy code here, which I've already shown you guys that many times in the past, with the quotations and the dot dot, and then the variable, which is W, and then dot dot quotations, and then comma quotations H equals whatever and then the other variable. So once you do that, you do while true do event comma side comma width or w comma h equals os.pull event, and then you do quotations monitor underscore touch quotations. Now this is a new code, this is new command that is in the monitors that this is how you basically tell the monitor to wait for the event to happen, and the event will be a touch event. And here, these things here, now this is only for my version because my version is a little messed up, but what this does is takes the information that you give the monitor and just does -1, because in my version when you click, if you don't do this and then if you click up, it's going to give you a size that is ridiculous. So it's going to be, I think it was, the width was 40, and if you click on the bottom corner of the monitor, it's going to give you 41. So basically I fixed that with this little thing here. Now in the new version you don't need this, so delete this in the new version, but in my version you will need it because it will screw you up, and it will say it will be messed up if you don't put this in there. And then what's this? Oh yeah, why did I put this? Oh yeah, so here this basically prints out the width and the height when you touch it. So when the touch command or the touch event happens, it basically prints out the numbers of the width and the height, and then you end, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. The D command is almost the same, it's a little shorter. The only difference is that you don't wrap the peripheral, and then another difference is that the event is a mouse click, and then also you have another little variable here called button, and what this does is basically takes the information from what button you press. So if it's the middle button, if it's the right button or the left button. You also have a scroll wheel event you can have. So if every time you scroll up or down, you can have that to display or to do something. So like you can scroll a screen or monitor or whatever you want. So that will be mouse underscore scroll. And also you have another command or event called mouse drag. Mouse underscore drag. What that does is basically when you do like this, you can have a drag effect happen on your monitors or computer or wherever you have, and it's going to be pretty much the same. You just have to put the drag command here. Drags the variable, and then I think the mouse wheel will be wheel. I'm not too sure though, but those are pretty much it. And you just, after you do that, you print out or you do whatever you want to the monitor or computer. So that's C and D. Okay, so this is the B command. It's a little long, but I mean it does work. I did it this way because it's more easy to customize your buttons and whatever you want. And people have done it different ways, but you can do it this way, or you can do it whatever you want, way you want. So the first thing you do is term.clear, and then you set some variables. These two variables are very important. Basically, set the text color, and here this one sets the background color. And as default, you want your texture, why do I say that? Text color to be white, and then you want your background color to be black. And then you do width, and then height, and then you do term.get. This is for the terminal only. This is not going to do on the monitor, but it will do it on the terminal. And then you have a function here, print colors. This function is new. I haven't shown you this, but it's pretty cool, and I'll explain it to you. So what this is for a equals 0, comma 8, do term dot set cursor pose a plus 1 comma 4. Now what this means is basically it goes from from 0 to 8. So from 0 to 8 it goes 0 to 8, and it sets the cursor position to 1, and then it just goes plus 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 plus. So what this is basically just basically doing a space like this 8 times across the computer or monitor. Here you see there's a row color. Now this is a variable. Row color is a variable, so you can change this to whatever you want. So row color equals bit BL shift. Now this is a new command I haven't shown you guys. What this is basically takes a binary number, and which is 1, and then puts it to the A variable. So what this does is basically it shifts the binary number by 1. So instead of writing the binary numbers, because binary numbers jump from number to number, so instead of doing that, you can have the bit shift just multiply it by the next binary number, because binary numbers just don't go by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They jump by numbers. So if you do this this command, it will jump the binary number every time. So basically you're setting the binary numbers for each color by doing this. And then you do term.set background color, and you have to write it like this or else it does not work, to the row color variable. And then you do term.write, and then you do quotations space. Now there's a little space here. This is the square you saw on the monitors or the computer. This is how it's done with how you colorize the monitors by when you like in the paint program. This is how it's done. It's basically a empty slot of just a space. So there's no really other way to do it, but this is how you do it, and that's there's no really other way that I know of. So once you do that, what this will do is basically do that row of colors that you saw with the white, orange, magenta, and so on and so forth. This is what that does basically. So once that done, you do while true do, and then you go event button width and height os.pull mouse underscore click, and then the only things you need to know is these two, and then the rest are pretty much the same. So the first thing you need to do is if button equals 1, which means left click, and width equals 1, which is on this side of the computer or monitor, and height equals 4, so a 4 down from the top and then 1 down from the length or vertically. If that's true, if these 1, 2, 3, yeah, if these 3 parameters are true, then it will set the text color, which is the variable I set, to equals colors white. Now I know I already set the colors white up here, but that's what the first box was. It was white. So that's what this was. And then this one, just basically it's the button 2, so right click. So this is left click and this is right click. And what that does is basically sets the right click. Every time you right click on something, it will set it to white. And this will change the background color to whatever you want. So you do that for each color. So orange, magenta, light blue, or whatever you want, however you want it done. That's how you would do it for each color. Like I said, there is another way to do it, but I like to do it this way because it gives you more customizability, and it's a little bit easier if you ask me. But I mean, there's other ways to do it. So once that's done, you set the text color to the variable. So because here when you do text color equals color dot light gray, you're basically changing the variable to whatever you're clicked on. So when you click on the ninth row from the ninth row from the fourth down, when you click that with your left click, then it will set the text color to light gray. So this is how you do it. See, term.setColor, and then you do set text color. I know it's kind of complicated, but if you want to be less complicated, you can change this variable to whatever you want. You can just do text if you want, but just don't forget to change each of the text of the variables you set here. So don't forget to change that. And also the background color is the same thing. You have to change if the BG, I put BG color as the variable. So that's how you do it. Also, don't forget that you have to do term.clear every time at the end, or else it does not work. Yeah. So here, where did I do this? Yeah. So sorry. So this one also, this is how you can control the lights with this program too. It's easy how you do it. It's basically putting the set bundled output back to the variable BG color. So the variable will change every time you click on whatever color you want. So every time you do a right click, because background color, the variable for the background color is the right click. Right click, it will change the light to according to whatever you have it set. And then you at the end of everything, you do term.set cursor pose 1 and then you do left click on color to choose the text color and right click on color to choose the background color. And then here you run the function up here, print colors again, and then you end it at the very end. So that's the B program, which basically changes the color of the terminal and the text color, the text color of the terminal's text, whatever has the text. And this is the A program. It's almost the same. The only difference is that you wrapping the peripheral to M, and then you'll have the variables are different. It's called M text color and M BG color. So basically monitor text color and then monitor background color. And then just don't forget that every time you do this, you have to make sure that your variables are correct, or else it doesn't work. And then everything's pretty much the same. Just don't forget that if you want the background, every time you change the background color, to affect the lights that are on top, then you do background color. Or unless you want the texture color to have effect on the lights, then you just change this to text color. But there is another way to do this. This is just the one way, and it's not the best way, but it does work and it's pretty cool. And then that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the description where you can download these programs, and they're pretty cool. And if you want, you can change them to whatever you want. Thanks for everyone who subscribed in the last couple of weeks. And I'm sorry I've not been uploading, but I think I'm going to start a new Let's Play series with some friends, and hopefully you guys will like that. And I'll see everyone next time. Bye.